Edward Thorndike was an American psychologist born in 1874 who worked primarily on animal behavior. He laid the foundation for modern educational psychology, and today we're going to be talking to him. He is a professor at Harvard University, and we were given the chance to speak to him as well as the students and his assistant.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Edward Thorndike, and I was born on August 31st, 1874 in Williamsburg, Massachusetts. I've attended Wesleyan University for my undergraduate degree in psychology and have received my PhD from Columbia University at the age of 23. I am supposedly known as the father of modern education psychology.
Dr. Thorndike, thank you for taking the time to talk to us today. I know you have to teach a class soon, but I was hoping we could ask you a few questions.
Of course, go ahead.
As we all know, there are many concentrations and branches in the field of psychology. Could you clarify which aspect of psychology is particularly intriguing to you and why?
Within psychology, I'm interested in adult education, the law of effect, and the educational psychology. To give into detail, the law of effect is a theory regarding the effects of reward and punishment of learning.
I also wanted to ask, were you really the first psychologist to use non-human subjects in your thesis?
Yes, in my book, Animal Intelligence, an experimental study of the associative processes in animals, I also conducted a study using classical and operant conditioning known as the puzzle box with the help of my assistant, Dr. Cassandra.
Dr. Cassandra, you assisted Dr. Thorndike on the puzzle box experiment. Could you explain that a little bit?
Yes, absolutely. Dr. Thorndike and I studied operant conditioning in cats. We wanted to see how long it would take a hungry animal to exit a box with a latch to get access to food. If the cat was able to escape and gain access to the food, they would be rewarded.
Could you please explain the puzzle box a little bit more?
Yeah, of course. The puzzle box contained a door that the cat could open by manipulating a certain device. There were different boxes with different devices to manipulate, such as latches, wires, or strings that would open the box and release the cat to the food, such as a scrap of fish.
Dr. Thorndike has given us special permission to join in on one of his classes.
Good morning, class. Good morning, Professor. Today we'll be watching a short video on my puzzle box experiment.
But how is a new skill learned? That was a question which began to fascinate Thorndike. To answer it, he built some ingenious puzzle boxes from which cats could only escape by operating latches.
And in you go.
The cat appears to be very clever in engineering its escape, solving the problem with a deftly placed paw and a push of its nose. But Thorndike didn't believe that an animal, even a clever cat, understands the consequences of its behavior. When he placed a cat in the puzzle box for the first time, Thorndike was unable to see any evidence of flashes of insight. The successful actions appeared first by chance. He proved that the apparent cleverness arose by trial and error, and used graphs to measure the rate of learning. A well-practiced cat quickly recalls the actions that help it escape to its reward of food. If an action brings a reward, Thorndike believed that that action becomes stamped into the mind. In his thesis, he explained further his ideas about learning, that behavior changes because of its consequences. He called this his law of effect, which explained how even wild creatures develop new habits.
Can anyone tell me what classical conditioning is? Shanae?
Classical conditioning is a type of unconscious and automatic learning. This learning process creates a conditioned response through associations between an unconditioned stimulus and neutral stimulus.
Good answer. Now, can someone explain what operant conditioning is? Mariana?
Operant conditioning is the process by which humans and animals learn to behave in such a way as to obtain rewards and avoid punishments.
Nice answer. Now, regarding my puzzle box study, who can tell me what type of conditioning was demonstrated with the cats? Jahir?
Operant conditioning with behaviors was demonstrated. It showed that we do not always need to know which stimuli are related to which responses, but we can learn which responses should go with each stimuli through trial and error.
Exactly right. That concludes today's lesson. You guys have a wonderful day.
Wait, Professor, I have a question.
Yes, Jahir?
Have you ever performed this experiment on any other animals?
Yes, indeed. I have done the puzzle box experiment with chicks and dogs, which have similar results to the cats in our prior experiments. The chicks would have to step on a platform, pull on a string, or peck on a door in order to escape. Okay, have a nice day, class. Don't forget to turn in your papers at the end of the week. Have a nice day.
Thank you. See you later.
Bye, Professor. Have a nice weekend.
Here are some of Dr. Thorndike's students. Let's ask them how class went. So what do you guys think of Dr. Thorndike as a professor?
He's pretty cool. He's definitely one of my favorite professors.
He has a super unique teaching style.
All right, thank you guys. That concludes the documentary on Dr. Edward Thorndike, one of psychology's most influential figures.